Well, welcome if you're joining us online for this UAE Championship clash between Dubai Exiles and travelling from Abu Dhabi, the Abu Dhabi Saracens. Match being played at the Sevens this evening. Both teams having mixed results through the season, so we're expecting some good, close, well-matched rugby. Saracens first to enter the field of play this evening. Saracens in red. Absolutely no idea which kit the Exiles will be playing. I'm going to assume black, but we shall find out momentarily. I say momentarily. We shall wait patiently. And as they exit the changing rooms now towards the pitch, it's clear Exiles in black kit this evening. Hear the roar from the crowd, or the single clapper. This was a match that was postponed previously in the season, being replayed to catch up, so not so many supporters up here this evening as we'd like, but we know you'll be tuning in online. It looks like it's going to be Saracens to kick off, and again Saracens in red, Exiles black. And we go for the kick. Collected nicely by the man in black. A few of you might see a familiar face out there on the park this evening. It's Durant Gerber, who hasn't played a single game this season, throwing himself into retirement, decided that he wanted to come and have a little play. So he's out there on the field, and that was quite possibly one of the strangest drop goal attempts we've ever seen up here at the Sevens. Saracens clearly looking to get some early numbers on the board. Hopefully the microphone's working and you can hear me. I have no idea. Let me know in the comments box and say, Mark, yes we can. And the ball being pinged back. Looked a bit forward from where I was, but apparently not. Match official well placed. Exiles managed to run in themselves outside of the 22. He's going to pop the ball along the line, deciding to take it through straight into the wall of the red. Alex Fowler playing number 9 this evening. And that's the end of that onslaught, so the ball now transferring back to Saracens. Making it into touch, just taking Exiles now a couple of yards inside of their 22. Been a bit of a faff with the collection of the ball off the line out, but they regain possession and lose it just as quickly. Knock on called by the referee, so it's going to be a scrum down, Exiles ball. And if you're just joining us now, Exiles in black, Saracens in red. And
don't stitch me. How are you?
Joined by Gareth Baker now. A few words, Gareth? No, that's all you're getting. They'll tell us how brave they are, that they'd love to make some comments on the live feed, but put a microphone in their face and it's all, no, can't cope, too much pressure.
Today, so I get a little bit more.
Fowler with a scoop. Durant Gerber with a long pass outside, well picked up from Exiles now. Oh, what a tap tackle there from the Saracens. If that hadn't come off, Exiles I think would have been away. Now Exiles deciding to take a run on the outside of the park, and again Saracens defence doing really well to stop the man in his tracks. Exiles picking up a penalty in the process. Apologies at home for the stuttering signal. I am aware that the gameplay is a little bit jumpy. Unfortunately, the signal currently in the stadium is pinging around. Ball now being kicked up towards the Saracens 22. First time Exiles have been up this side of the park. Still only 5.5 minutes played. Exiles throw. Just being kept on the fingers of the man in black. Again, Saracens defence up really quickly, but just struggling to take the man down. Ooh. And it was going to be an advantage play, but the Exiles picking up the penalty, looking for the quick ball. Exiles now. He got one more on the outside and decides to try and bounce him through, but he needed to offload that ball a little bit quicker. Saracens defence straight away getting back into position. Oh, and the man in red beating his chest as he struggles to hold off the Exiles onslaught a few metres away from their try line. And the match official's going to have a little word and ask him to calm it down a little bit. And it's going to be a yellow card. And why would we not have the yellow card chicken? Here he is. Saracens now down to 14. And quite rightly so, because no need for that so early on in the game. Exiles now with a great opportunity to have a good run at the Saracens defence, but as we've seen from the last 5 minutes, they've been quite strong, stopping Exiles in their tracks. Alex Fowler picking up the ball, going for the scrum. Great decision. Unfortunately, I don't have a team sheet with me this evening, so I can't give you any names for any of the Exiles players. That's how professional we like to be on a Tuesday evening up at the Sevens. Long pass there from Durant, smashed to the floor by Saracens, but the ball is being kept alive. Can he make it into the corner? There it is. Oh, what a lovely high tackle that was as well. Are we going to be looking for a second yellow? Because that was a catch round the neck.
Play was falling.
Simo telling me the play was falling, but it looked fantastic from where I was through the eye of the camera. Exiles with the first points of the evening on the board. And again, my eyes aren't what they used to be. I have absolutely no idea who's kicking that ball right now, but he does scoop it really well. And the flags are up. And there it is. Another two. Was that Durant? I think that was Du. You never retire from rugby.
Orange shoes, yeah.
So, Exiles, first blood. 7 to Saracens 0. And following the yellow card a few moments ago, Saracens currently with one man in the bin, playing with 14. Saracens now with the advantage after the drop ball there from the catch. I was going to say well picked up. I don't think anything was coming, so they're going to take it back to the original knock-on from Exiles, and it's going to be a scrum down Saracens ball. Both teams this evening having a full bench of finishers. Lovely temperatures to be playing rugby today. Must be currently around about 22 degrees. Almost zero humidity. Keeping it nice and cool. No breeze. If you remember from the previous matches over the last few weeks up in the evenings here, it's been quite blustery, but that seems to have settled. Exiles now just being edged inside the 22. Saracens now with an opportunity as they look to run at the Exiles defence. First time the Exiles have been tested in this first half. Great tackle there. Saracens still with the ball. Exiles defence not coming across quite as quick as we'd like. Saracens now in front of the Exiles posts. And surely there it is. And a very well deserved try there for the Saracens. When the Exiles defence had a bit of pressure with some great fast hands. Finally finding their way through the Exiles defence. 5 to Saracens. And the flag is raised, so Saracens now taking their score to 7. And just over 15 minutes played of this first half. Exiles 7, Saracens 7. And the ball being left to bounce. Ooh, that could have gone very, very wrong with the Exiles player being straight up. Maybe if he had had his hands in front of him, he could have disrupted the play, but ball being kicked forward. What a bit of a mess that was from the Exiles defence. Again, he should have popped that ball a little bit earlier to his wingman. Losing the ball in the process now as Saracens kick it through the middle. And Durant Gerber with a defensive kick. Where did it bounce? not where he wanted it, so it's going to come back. And the penalty goes Exiles' way. Durant straight away with a fantastic kick. Finally clearing Exiles out of their half. On the ball being spilled over. Saracens now. Well taken. The Exiles winger was just a little bit stale there. No opportunity to run onto the ball, but again winning another penalty. And Durant buying Exiles a further 25, 26 yards. With a great kick. I should mention that the Saracens player that was in the bin for 10 minutes is back on the field, so Saracens back up to full strength. Exiles with the throw. To nowhere. Into no man's land, but luckily scooped up by the Exiles. Quick thinking there. He's still got one more on the outside. That's the pass and offload he wanted. Can he make it through? No, he doesn't. Saracens now with possession. There's the kick. Exiles still with the opportunity. And the line out just inside the Saracens 22. Well, we'll pause the clock. There's a few people down on their knees currently. Exiles have decided that they've had enough. Getting back up onto his feet, but the Saracens player just having a little bit of magic sponge. Looks like a back, maybe he's having his toes painted as well. We've also got a good weekend of rugby coming up this weekend, with both the firsts and seconds playing on the Friday and the Saturday. I should announce it professionally, but I don't have the sheet in front of me, so I can't tell you who's playing on what day at what time, but I will find out during half time and let you know. Alex Fowler there picking up the loose ball, the chip ball through, and the mark is called. Nice and clear from the Saracens defender, and a hoof. As the ball falls nicely. He's going for a little trot through the paddock. And a solid defence there from Saracens, and again still trying to drive the Exiles off the ball, but Alex Fowler managing to take it from the back. And the Saracens number 20 again likes throwing his fists around, this young man. Durant now moving the ball wide. Lovely. And has he got the gas to get around the edge of the park? And we're going to call him for another high tackle. There's been a few of them. And the Exiles player will stay on the ground and milk it for all it's worth. His mother would be proud. Good to see the match official conversing with the unofficial AR. Or maybe he is official. My eyes aren't working. I can't see what he's wearing. But he has got a flag. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a calm down? No, it's going to be another yellow. Another yellow card to add to the collection for Saracens. Maybe the Saracens number 20 will come in and start throwing his fists again and get himself a nice red card. Then we can have the red card chicken. So Sarries again down to 14 players up here at the Sevens this evening for the next 10 minutes, as Exiles with the kick into touch, putting Saracens under a little bit of pressure just off the try line. Lovely sweeping pass, but it just failed to connect with the player. Needs to fall on that, but no, he collects it, shifts it left. And we just need that to go into touch. Nope, he hasn't really gone anywhere as he taps it out. Well, let's have a scrum in the middle of the park. It's going to be the 15 from Saracens to offer the ball. And what a bit of a mess up that was. But if you're going to stand there and watch the ball, it's going to get taken away from you. Whee! And he kept hold of it. Call for a forward ball that was definitely not forward. Exiles really testing the Saracens' defence again. Oh, what an offload! Has he got the balls? Yes, he has! There it is! Whee! And a funky little dive. And Skulk, if you're watching, that's how you dive over the line without pulling a hamstring. Exiles with a further 5. And with that, 22 minutes played. No, there's a bit more actually. I've forgotten to restart the clock. Absolute amateur hour up here at the Sevens with Dubai Exiles this evening. So I've added 10 minutes to the unofficial clock. I was just enjoying myself too much. Superb kick from the Exiles there to give them the extra 2. Score now, Exiles 14, Saracens 7. And approximately 30 minutes played of this first half. Let's have a clock adjustment. There we go. Back onto 30 minutes played on the clock. So many buttons to press and knobs to twist up here at the Sevens this evening. Funky pass there from the Exiles, but straight into touch. Good effort. I'm good, thank you. So we're asking if I'd like another drink. Probably not the best thing to do right now. Oh. We have another injury. Now, I am going to pause the clock, but I do need all of you at home to scream at me to restart it again. Magic sponge seems to have done the job. Ooh. Saracens with the scrum. Lovely offload. Oh, and a little bit of a knock on there from Saracens. What a shame. It did look like they were trying to build up to something beautiful. But it's not going to be on this occasion. So Exiles scrum. Fowler to Durant, and here go Exiles now, just looking for the inside pass, but it failed to make contact. Saracens stealing the ball in the process. And Exiles sealing it back. And the penalty now given back to Saracens. And a fantastic kick. Knocking Exiles back another 30 metres or so. An opportunity for Saracens now. Great tackle. And the long pass. He's still got one man looking for it, but he goes for the chip through instead. And the chip going straight into touch. Oh. And just like that, there's the half-time whistle. That was a very quick half, I think. Considering that we kicked off at 8 o'clock and my actual phone says 8:35 and we had injury, that was a very, very quick half. Maybe the match official using a watch purchased in Dragon Mart and it's telling a few lies. But it is half time. So let's give you a sponsor video. Back after the break.
Regret isn't like a wound that heals. Regret is a tattoo, a permanent scar. Regret is having an idea for a business that consumes you, stops you from falling asleep, an idea that you believe will shake up the world's most exciting market, an idea that must happen now. And then choosing the wrong people to make it happen. There's a reason 14,000 businesses have chosen Virtue Zone to bring their business ideas to life. Virtue Zone are the UAE's company formation specialists. Licenses, visas, banking, Virtue Zone does it all. They know the game. They've built the networks, they've been copied relentlessly, but they're still number one. Discover why. Virtue Zone. Business setup with no regrets. vz.ae.
To everyone who only sees the worst, we say, look closer. Open your eyes to all that's good. 80 years of keeping people safe has sharpened our eyes to see more than most. And when we're protecting people, premises, and property, our experience helps us spot what others miss. Potential, positivity, progress. That's what we protect today, and it's how we protect tomorrow. Because we see what really matters. We see who we really help. We see how life can be when the world feels secure. Securitas. See a different world.
Well, we're going to have to end that one a little bit early. Not only do we have early halves, but we also have early breaks as well. So welcome back to the second half of this UAE Championship clash between Dubai Exiles and Abu Dhabi Saracens. Exiles black, Abu Dhabi Saracens in red. Tell you what, let's start the clock. That would be a great thing to do. Current score, Exiles 14, Saracens 7. Saracens with the throw. And the ball going into touch. It does look like also Saracens' second yellow card is back on the field of play, so both teams playing at 15. lovely little pass there from doing it, bringing the ball wide. He's got one man on his left. He still could have passed it back inside as well. Oh, what a line! Exiles using the full width for the park. Pop right, pop right! Bit late, one more. Has he got enough to get through? Great defence from Saracens yet again. And the drive is there, just short of the line now. Durant, long pass out wide. He's got one to his left. He can pass it inside as well. Decides to take it straight through into the corner. And another 5 points find themselves making their way onto the Dubai Exiles scoreboard. So 3 minutes played of this second half championship game between Exiles and Saracens. Exiles putting 5 points onto the board, taking the tally to 19. Durant Gerber into slot a further 2, playing in the 12 jersey this evening. There's the kick, just falling short to the right of the post, so no further points on this occasion. And that's what happens when you take early retirement. Saracens in red now with the restart. And a fantastic kick from the Exiles penalty. Not quite going to plan there. Saracens stealing the ball from the Exiles, put in at the line out. Saracens on the charge now. Saracens gifted. Another 10 there. Frustration being shown from both teams. Lovely kick. Putting Exiles under a little bit of pressure now. Well taken. Pressure against Exiles, a few metres from the try line. Winning the penalty in the process. Saracens with a great opportunity now. Oh, as he dances his way through. There it is, Saracens. Another 5 points on the board. Some great handwork there. Pushing the ball through the back line and puncturing their way through the Exiles defence. And for those that are interested, coming up this weekend, Friday night, there will be a 7:30 kickoff against the Dragons for our first 15. And Saturday, the Twos will take off Barrow House, kickoff at 3 p.m. In case you missed it, which I'm sure you didn't. Saracens adding another 2 to the tally. Exiles 19, Saracens 14. Just over 11 minutes played of this second half. Durant gets the proceedings back underway. Taken comfortably by Saracens. Too comfortably. Not releasing, giving Saracens penalty. Huge kick being kept into touch almost, but not quite. Just failed. And for the benefit of Gareth Bacon, Exiles 19, Saracens 14. Up here at the Sevens. Hey, personal trainer and Alain, thank you for the comment. Tell me what's wrong with the mic so I know what I'm fixing. Great offload there. I should say a great pass from Durant, finding his man on the edge of the park. Not so great this time. Saracens now doing their own fumble. Oh. Right, let's sort out this phone situation. Just bear with me. Right, okay, let me know if that's better. It might have been rubbing on my hoodie because I'm not going to lie, it's quite chilly up here this evening. And I think that's what might have been causing the microphone to scratch a little bit. So hopefully that sounds better. And the kick into touch. Good. I'm glad the microwave. I've only had two, Magnus. The microphone is better for you, but I am absolutely freezing now. But nothing to disrupt your viewing pleasures from up here at the Sevens this evening. Saracens now on the attack, sniffing out an opportunity to get back in the race, but falling at the final hurdle as Exiles win the penalty. .57 minutes played of the second half. Championship clash up here at the Sevens between Exiles and Saracens. 19 Exiles, Saracens 14. And now Saracens getting the ball back as they take the quick one. Run straight through the middle. Exiles defence were absolutely not ready for that. They were sat there watching, thinking, what's for dinner this evening? Letting Saracens through, and Saracens put another 5 points, well deserved, onto their tally. Which also now takes the scores up to 19 apiece. Saracens still with the opportunity to slot a further 2 points. He shouldn't miss this, but let's be honest, if he does miss it, we need to take him off the park for being a terrible kicker, because he is right in front of the posts. And there was a bit of pause with the flags as they looked at each other, but Saracens taking the extra 2. Saracens 21, Exiles 19, up here at the 7s, all to play for. Still 22 minutes left to play of this second half. Exiles, the men in black, with the restart. Well taken. And hoof! Kicking the ball straight back. This time, well, I was going to say this time he kept the ball in touch. It did look like he actually knocked the ball and didn't have his foot out, but I'm not down on the touchline. I didn't see it. The match official did. Flag raised. Saracens line out. Here we go. Boom. Box kick. Saracens choosing to slow it down and resetting the affair. Currently looking to have the edge slightly over Exiles, a little bit more organised. And here goes Sarries again. Chip through. What an absolutely fantastic kick that was. Exiles really not enjoying this kind of pressure, especially being so close now to the try line. And David Dawes, I can't believe your wife is down there in a t-shirt on the touchline. I'm not going to lie, it's quite cold up here, especially being sat on the roof. Fair play to her. Exiles desperately battling to get themselves out of their half. Just scooping the ball. He's got a man on the inside as he looks to offload again. Has he got the legs to get to the end? Whee! There it is. And just like that, in a reversal of fortune, with Exiles being camped on their try line after some fantastic play from Saracens. I was going to call it. I can't claim it. It was a forward pass. And after all the excitement, we come all the way back to the other side of the park. Forward pass, Saracens scrum, and we are no further forward. But the excitement was good, wasn't it? Well, I'd like to say that David's claim of his wife just wearing a t-shirt is an absolute lie. I can see her from here, and she is wearing a jumper, but she's wearing shorts. So, you know. Like I said, it is chilly up here at the Sevens this evening. Gareth, what's the temperature?
Chilly.
Chilly. There you go. It's official. It's a chilly one. Well, here goes Saracens now. Well, here went Saracens now. And here's her moment. She springs into action. Some magic sponge treatment required on the pitch, just inside the Exiles 22. David, I think your wife is hiding, or she's not here, she's at rock bottom. No, there we go. Am I pointing the camera at the right person? And I'll take it all back. She is actually out there in a t-shirt. Bravo. We love a good medical duo up here at the Sevens on a very cold Tuesday evening. This has clearly got to be some of the most fun and weird commentary you've ever heard. But here we go, Saracens with the ball now, running at the exit. What a line! But just having the ball spilled. Something went wrong. There's a dead body on the floor. It's a knock on, it's going to be a scrum, and Exiles will have the put in. There you go, David Dawes. I've made your wife famous to the 40 or so people that are watching the live feed. And if you can't have fun doing what you enjoy, then what's the point? So, scrum down, Exiles ball. Which way will the young Alex Fowler throw the ball? If he can get his hands on it, it's gone to the right. Nice little kick there. Maybe should have offloaded that ball sooner, putting himself under a little bit of pressure, but he's managed to keep the ball in play. And picking up the ball in the process, bang on their 22 line. Goes for the chip through. Wait, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Keeps the... Oh dear. Exiles dancing themselves just inside the Saracens half of the field, and there's the chip or the kick. Great offload. Straight into the hands of Exiles. Straight into the defence of Saracens. That was Speeds there for Exiles, taking the ball to ground. Durant Gerber collecting the ball off the back. Great defensive effort there from Saracens yet again. And who's got the legs? Who's got the legs? Saracens grounding the ball. Well, I called it right at the beginning of this game, saying it was going to be a close one. Exiles 19, Saracens 21. 2 points in it. Let's stop the clock as the match official orders his food for the after-game party up here at the Sevens. I'm going with chicken nuggets. Legend tell me that he's prone to lasagna, but with no garlic bread on the menu, I think it's going to be chicken nuggets and peas. What am I talking about? I've lost the plot. Well, whatever happens, he's having a little chat with the captains. Durant's had enough and walks away. And it's a yellow card again for Saracens, but because it's twice, it's going to be a red. The bench really not happy with that, saying they've got the wrong player. It is number 20. He has thrown a few fists. I called it earlier and said that he's in danger of getting another yellow card, which leads to a red. Oh, hang on, we got a red card chicken. Let's play it. There we go. Saracens now for the remainder of this game are going to go down to 14. And I'm sure we can watch that later and see exactly what happened. Did we get the right player? Did we not? It doesn't matter. The decision's made. So, early shower for number 20. Exiles with a penalty about 7 or 8 yards off of the Saracens try line. And the drive just being halted momentarily, and there's the quick oh, look at that for Hans. Is he in the corner as he switches back inside? There it is. There it is. Oh, and the Saracens bench are really hating that. There's a lot of colourful language. There's some feather dusters. There's cups of tea and biscuits going all over the place. But it doesn't change the fact that Exiles put another 5 points on the board. Or did they? No, they did not. But we will stop the clock. This takes me back to about 5 or 6 years ago as an Exiles player and actually going over to playing Saracens. It was always a game full of yellows and reds. A few handbags. But we always used to get a damn good curry after the game. Okay, clock back on. what a pass from Durant, surely! Why are you switching? Just go for the line! Oh, what now? What is this match official doing to wind me up this afternoon? He's saying that it was... What was that, Simo? What's going on? He's saying it was gone forward. Fantastic stuff. So, we're going to go for a scrum down and a Saracen ball. 2 opportunities wasted. Here come Saracens now. What are they going to do? Are they going to kick it away? Are they going to run it through? Just scooping the ball off the ground there. Here come the 2 passes. Go, 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 go! Great tackle from Saracens. Penalty called, no advantage coming. Quick tap. Great offload. Still with the ball. Trying to dance his way through the middle. Oh, no support there from Exiles. But they do win the penalty. Shouts from the crowd to take the 3 points. What is he doing? I don't know what's going on anymore. Shouts for Exiles to take the 3, but it looks like they're going to want to push and go for the 5. As Exiles turn up the pressure. Just under 10 minutes left to play of this championship clash between Saracens and Exiles. Up here at the Sevens, 19 Exiles. Saracens just pipping them with 21. Saracens down to 14 players. And is the drive going to be good? Nope, held up. And the 3rd time of crossing the whitewash and not being awarded the try. Let's see what Exiles can pull out of the bag. Not often you see one of those. A little bit of a grubber. Not actually sure why he did that, but he did. Exiles now in front of the posts. 4th attempt of getting that ball down for a 5. Pretty disorganised, really not sure what to do with the ball. And Saracens winning the penalty in the process. And the crowd are loving it, bashing the boards. Well picked up by Durant. Where's he going to go? He's going to go for a run. And a canter through the paddock, through the middle. Is he going to make it all the way through? Look at that. What's he doing? He's showing off. But the support needs to be there. It is. They need to get that ball out quickly. And he's almost there, 1 metre. And there it is, finally. On the 4th attempt, Exiles managed to get the ball over the line. And it's legal. Exiles 5. We knew it had to come eventually. Law of averages dictate that you keep on trying, at some point you're going to get the points on the board. A few of the Saracens players picking up a couple of injuries there, so there's going to be some manpower changes, no doubt. There's the hoof, and it's just pulled to the left of the posts. So we'll continue. 74 minutes play, 6 minutes left to play. Exiles 24. Saracens 21. But we are going to just stop the clock. There seems to be some kind of injury going on, looking a little bit more serious than some of the previous injuries. So the clock has stopped. Just over 5 minutes left to play in the second half. The restart, however, the focus at the moment is on the injury to the left of the park, currently being dealt with. But the player has made his way to his feet. And it does look like that is the end of his game this evening. So with 5 minutes left to go, Exiles 24, Saracens 21. Saracens down to 14 men after the red card earlier. Wow, that was something special. Headbutt the ball. Saracens now on the front foot. Looking for an immediate response to the Exiles try a few minutes ago. ball being knocked on there. Nothing coming from the advantage, so scrum down, Saracens ball. Saracens looking to fight their way through the Exiles defence. Now inside the Exiles 22. Looking to push the ball wide. Exiles now winning possession back. With 3 minutes left to play. Exiles just need to hang on to the 3-point lead, and with 3 minutes left to play, Saracens just need to get that ball across the line. Believe it or not, David, I'm still in my t-shirt. Scrum down, Exiles. Got excited there, looking for the quick tap and go. The match official keeps looking at his watch and checking the time. Hopefully he's learnt from the first half how to tell the time and doesn't call it 5 minutes early. Oh, just picked up on the back there as Exiles kick the ball away. Oh, what a knock on. The worst possible moment there for Saracens. Some may call that a career-ending knock-on, but I'm sure it'll bounce back and be ready to play next weekend. However, your teammates will never let you live it down. I say that from experience. So inside the last minute, Exiles 24, Saracens 21. Exiles on the front foot just inside the Saracens 22. What can they produce from here right now against the Saracens, a 14-man squad currently on the pitch. Oh, he's going to chip it out into the touch. And there is the end of the game. So thank you very much to one and all who managed to tune in this afternoon or this evening, for all Exiles and Saracens players. Great to have you online. Sorry it's been it's been a bit silly up here this afternoon. We've all had a long day at work. But Rugby won, and so did Exiles. 24 to Saracens 21. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we look forward to having with you again soon. Look out for the Exiles social media to see who is playing at what time on what days at the coming weekend. Both the 1s and 2 plays on the Friday and the Saturday. I don't know whether they're home and away games right now, so look out on social media and you shall be informed, and we look forward to having you online again real soon. Thank you very much and good night.